Hello everyone, welcome. It's round 7. Yes, this is the round 7 preview. I know you've been looking forward to this all week. It's the one thing you've been putting your diary in your calendars at work to make sure that you don't miss today's preview show because this is your favourite show of the week. Of course it is. Once again, I'm joined by my lovely assistant Melly, and today we're sponsored by Gatorade. But let's start off with the ladder, and after a high-scoring round last week where a few teams that scored high lost, unfortunately, me and Sugar. Rangers Anonymous are still sitting pretty on top. There are 2 games clear of Sugar Daddies, Renegades and I'm rolling, and Jabroni's round up to 5. And then it's me who's 2 points behind in 6th. Dash, after his big win over me, is coming 7th. Second Destroys, after scoring 300 2 weeks in a row. I'll have to apologise after I said 300 once last week. Dash, what's his name? Vossi texted me and got angry at me. Never mind. No, you didn't get angry. But he's coming in at 8th. And then last year's champions, Gods of Olympus, stay at 9th. And 3-time champ, Fennec, is at 10. So that's a good place to start. Fennec's actually, see you later, Melly. Once again, she's gone. She's going to put her ass in front of everyone's face. But last year's champions, 3 times champions, Maltese Falcons, his form's gone. He's only got 1 win for the year. We've actually got Colombo to try to help us look for his form. Hopefully he doesn't find it. Well, he's got something there, but hopefully he doesn't find his form this week because he's playing me. So we'll start off with it's Ask Kigs United versus Maltese Falcons. Whoever I play as my full forward just doesn't do the job for me each week. So Michael's attempted to make the camera out of focus again here if you haven't noticed. So I'm going to try Cyril again. He's playing against Richmond. Hopefully he tries to step up his nephew. I've got a flying dog. How you going? Anyway, so I'm playing Cyril full forward and having Buddy, who has a field day against Essendon. Hopefully continues to have a field day against Essendon. And having Dan Hanbury in utility, who hopefully has a big day as well. I've got options of putting Dane Beans back into the lineup. He'll probably stay on the bench for me this week. Other than that, the rest of the team will stay the same in terms of tackler, halfback, and everyone as well. Good news is also not only being back this week, Brad Crouch is back as well. So I've got a few options to play with. As for Fennec, at the moment his team is as it is. Jack Gunston might have a good day, kicked 5 goals last week. His form may be back. Hopefully he's back for the Mighty Hawks. And he's up against a lacklustre defence in Richmond. So he might have a big day out. Daniel Curry against Melbourne may be a bit of an issue. Cruiser looks like he might be one out in the ruck this week because Andrew Phillips is injured, so maybe he might put Cruiser in. And Gaff, let's see how he goes over in Geelong. Other than that, Stevens is going to stay where he is. Cripps coming back into the team after he missed last week as halfback will stay there. And he's got Armitage as interchange. Armitage is pretty good to go into any team there. Travis Cloak, once again, he's missing. That's a mistake. I'm pretty sure I had him as out, but he's actually in the team sheet. And Dion Presto is another one to consider who's playing up against Melbourne as well. So that's Fennec's team. All in all, I still think I'm going to win. Fennec, to beat me, you need to score 320 because I score 320 every week and still lose most of the time. I'm not sure whether you've scored 320 yet this year, but the averages for both of us this year so far is I'm averaging around 321 and Fennec's averaging around 296. So if it goes to averages, I should win it pretty easily, but that was the same as last week and Dash ended up beating me. So well done there. And good luck this week, Fennec, but I hope you don't win. Next game, it's the new guy. Seek and destroy.
Wake up knowing that people expect me to lead them to a win. When times is tough, they look at me for answers, hoping I can lift them up from their fears and problems. So I grind Sunday to Monday, because there ain't no role models. There ain't no true leaders left. So it's up to me to make sure the world knows that I'm that new guy. I'm that new inspiration.
Success music. I'm the new guy.
Yes, the new guy, Vossi. 300 2 weeks in a row. Hopefully I've made that clear now, Vossi. That's right, Vossi scored 300 2 weeks in a row. He's only on 8 points, and he still is one of the lowest scoring teams in the comp. But he did want to make sure everyone knew that he has scored over 300 2 weeks in a row. So well done, Vossi. This week, bit of a tough game for you. You play...
He's a try-hard child.
Trying so hard in the dead of the night. Try hard. So fucking down.
That's right. Our old try-hard himself, Daniel Cole. The man trying so hard to win a premiership. Lowest scoring team in the comp. Somehow he's in the 5, so well done. But on that form, you're not going to win the final. So you need to improve your team with it there. A little try-hard, Daniel Cole. But anyway, Seeky's up against Daniel Cole this week. So Seeky, Vossi is Seek and Destroy. Vossi's team's left it unchanged. Dangerfield once again playing down in Geelong. He always has a good game down there, or the few games that he's played. Even when he was with Adelaide, he played a good game down there. Other than that, he's brought Sinclair back in the ruck. His team, Prittis will stay halfback. Dangerfield stay utility. Midfielders of James Kelly and Dylan Shields going to be as it is. The full forwards, Charlie Dixon and Tom Lynch, will stay as they are as well. And he's got Wines as a tackler. Blitzfast has been a good tackler. But, yeah, see how it goes. One thing you can look at doing is, and if it's off last week's form, maybe you can look at Travis Boak, putting Boak into the midfield. Another option, it could be an absolute shootout, so Josh Jenkins could be an option, playing him as well. Other than that, don't know how the crowd will go down in Geelong. And, yeah, other than that, your team's not much else to choose from there. You're pretty much settled. Hopefully, you project a score of 270, but who knows? Or 308, sorry, project a score of 308. If you can get that again, you might get the win over Collie, because as we know, he's a very low-scoring team. Did score 350 last week, but he did get a bit of a kiss on the dick there with getting an injury late. So, yeah, as for Collie's team, he welcomes back Chad Wingard. He's going to play Chad Wingard at full forward and Josh Kennedy at half forward. Geelong's got a very, very good defence this year, so how's Josh Kennedy going to go? I don't know. He's moved Pierce Hanley in at utility. Now, Hanley did get 100 as utility last week, so that's pretty good there. And you need to take out Taylor Adams, because Taylor Adams isn't playing this week, so you have to bring someone else into the midfield. Options for midfield there could be Grant Birchall against Richmond or Elliot Yeo. Stephen Martin back in the ruck for Brisbane. Up against no one really in Port Adelaide. I don't even know what their ruckman's name is, so it could be pretty good there unless you want to put him into utility, but maybe stick with Pierce Hanley. And you've put Andrew Swallow halfback, take him out of the tackler position where he's been doing so well, and put Greenwood as the tackler. So that's the one change you've made there. Oh, you've got Cunnington as well, so Cunnington can also be a halfback or a tackler, and one of the other guys could be in the midfield for Taylor Adams. But yeah, Brandon Ellis, Birchall, they're the options really for your midfield to replace Taylor Adams. You're projected for 307, so that's actually going to be, on projections, a pretty close game. Just because I don't want to see Coley win, I'm going for Vossi to win this game. It's a second destroyer to win that. Next game is someone who is...
This is emergency. Come ambulance, come rescue me.
Someone who needs rescuing and is in a deep emergency is last year's champions, Gods of Olympus. Yes, Michael is struggling. He's only got 1.5 wins on the board. He doesn't know what to do. Goldstein's only in very good form. The only person that's actually playing any good for him is probably Canelio and Rewalt. Tippett, better ruckman than a full forward, so you need to make a decision there whether you place Tippett or Lundberger, who's going to play at the ruck spot. His options can put Drew Petrie in his 300th game at full forward. Jack Rewalt, no Frawley for Hawthorn, so he probably have a pretty good game there, I reckon. Other than that, Rockcliffe, he's moved Rockcliffe back to the halfback. Whether it's a week early, I know Rockcliffe can be the best halfback in the game, but he's had a pretty shocking run so far. He had a good week last week. The conditions weren't that good. Over in Adelaide, myself will probably give one more week in tackler, see how he goes, but Michael wants to put him halfback, and he's last year's champion, so who am I to question him? And he's actually moved Shuey at the moment, so who knows whether he puts Shuey on or not. Caniglio has been pretty good in the midfield and still side bottom, although he didn't train today. Against Carlton, probably should have a good game as well. Other than that, don't see many changes to his current lineup. He's projected for 293. He'd want to be scoring over 300. 318 is projected for. I could explain what's going on here in the background. Locke was sitting there flicking changes and putting different people in different teams just to show me different lineups. I can see what's going on, but for some reason he needs to show me, and that's why the projections are coming up all wrong there. So, Michael, just stop it, please. Anyway, Michael this week is up against No Dumplings. Now, We actually got an interview with Dash last week, just during the week, and let's have a listen to how he thought he went last week.
Yeah, can you tell me how your season's going so far?
Well, it's off to a great start, but a bit like my Richmond Tigers, we'll come home with a freight train, them boys. Have some faith.
How do you feel about this week already? My forward hasn't had a good game so far, so you're off to a good start?
Yeah, still a bit nervous, but we'll make sure that Pendles does okay. Tossed up between Zebra and Pendles and Utility last time. We're pretty happy with the result.
Yeah.
All right, Dash. Obviously, Dash is in some quite confidence areas. Looked pretty confident going to that game last week. And Michael is in emergency, is in free fall. He's actually got some help from the Prime Minister of our country, Malcolm Turnbull. Just have a listen to what Malcolm Turnbull had to say today.
We are unrelenting in the war against Dash right around the world.
So look, obviously we're all going to try to stop Dash. So let's see how we go there. My projection there, if we look at Dash's team, Eddie Betts up against Doggies could be a high-scoring game, so he should do all right there. I don't think Steve Johnson's going to do what he did last week over in Free. I know they haven't got much of a team at the moment, but I just don't know how GWS will go over there. It'll be an interesting game, but I don't think he'll do that well. Heath Shaw, surely Ross Lyon's got to start closing things up, whether he gets the same things again. Scott Pennebury's still under injury cloud, but still did all right last week, so whether he stays there. And Mitch Duncan is still going to get you 40 points. Your ruck's an issue, Dash. Brodie Grundy, he's not going to get you more than 20, but you've really got no other options. Maybe you can try Ben McAvoy because he's only up against one ruck in Sean Hampson this week. So maybe you can put Ben McAvoy in the ruck instead of Brodie Grundy. And Josh Kenny and Jack Zebra are always going to do what they're going to do there. Options you've got David Mundy to play. You've got Kieran Jack to play in the mids if you want to make some changes there. Once again, I said McAvoy for Brodie Grundy if you want to. And even the Hoff can come in the forward line too if you don't think Stephen Johnson will do it. But you had a big win last week, 322 points. There's no need to change the winning side if you don't want to, but we'll see how we go. I think projections there, I think Michael probably get the win. I think he's got better matchups compared to what Dasher does, and that's the reason why solely I'm saying Michael will win that one. So we'll see how we go there. I'm not doing it because he's my brother. You're my brother. Anyway, next game, if we go to it, it is actually Sugar Daddies. Very unlucky last week, scored 335 or 6 and lost to Kenner. He plays the highest scoring team. So this actually should be a good game. It's the two highest scoring teams in the competition. Sugar Daddies versus Jacob Jabronis. Sugar Daddies have probably been a bit more consistent than what Jacob Jabronis have been. But Jacob Jabronis, as I said, are the highest scoring team in the competition. Jeremy Cameron has come back. He's kicked 8 goals in 2 games. So Sugar's got to be pretty happy with that. In fact, as I mentioned on the review the other day, Sugar's actually pretty happy with his team and his form. He thinks he can take it all the way this year. Because Goo was telling me all about it when I saw him at the RSL. Yes, Goo goes to the RSL now, not Dragon Bowls Club, because they got kicked out of the Bowls Club. It's a whole new story. All about slapping a waitress on the arse or something, but who knows. Anyway, and it wasn't Stuart that done it. All right. So Jeremy Cameron at full forward and Jarrah Waite at the half forward line. Jarrah Waite's been phenomenal, and this week is up against St Kilda. There's no reason why he won't keep doing what he's doing. Ablett said he needs to lift up his game. He's playing Melbourne this week. Traditionally, he's always done well against Melbourne, but traditionally, Gary Ablett's done well against everyone. He is down. He's still averaging 73 as utility. We're used to averaging 90 as utility, but I still think he can pick up. Sugar's going to put Murphy into the midfield this week, as well as, and he's welcome back to Lilio into the midfield too. But his midfield's only averaging 30 odds, so there could be other changes there. Don't think he's got too many options. Nick D'Alessandro could be an option there, but I don't know. There's no one else really, to be honest. Robbie Gray's out, and Stephen Motlop, you maybe try him in the midfield. He gets a lot of kicks, but who knows? Gorn's been phenomenal in the ruck. He's averaging 45, the best ruck at the moment in our game. And Trelaw has been very good, almost averaging 70 as a halfback, so don't complain about that one. Delhouse as a tackler has also been great. So Sugar's projected for 337. Once again, he's up against the highest scoring team in the comp in Jacob Jabronis, who's projected for 344. It's tough on the pick. Josh Bruce and Tom Lynch, his team stays as it is. He doesn't really change it that much. Tom Lynch has been phenomenal. He's up against Melbourne this week, up in the Gold Coast, so he normally does well in the Gold Coast. Josh Bruce playing against North Melbourne. North have had a leaky defence, so we'll see what he does there. And there are multiple attacking options for St Kilda, so Bruce might be able to kick a couple. And Luke Parker, at the moment, is probably leading the Brownlow. He's been playing phenomenal. Bernie Vincent in midfield up in the Gold Coast once again. I've said that a lot already, so I'll stop saying that. Bernie Mitchell do well. Liam Montagne's always good as well. Need to take out Trent Cotchin. He's got Trent Cotchin as halfback at the moment. Options for halfback Trent Cotchin. Tom Mitchell can go in a halfback spot. If he doesn't want to take out Tom Mitchell, he can possibly put maybe a Vincent Montagna. They don't really get tackles. Or Lockie Neal. Lockie Neal doesn't really get tackles either. But probably Tom Mitchell and maybe put someone else like an Anthony Miles or someone as a tackler. They might be your best options, I will think. Even if you want, you still got options to put Stephen Hill in the midfield spot. You still got options to put Lockie Neal in the midfield spot if you want to take the other ones out. But probably it will be Lockie Neal or Tom Mitchell that'll go in the halfback position. So all in all, this should be a cracking game. One we will all want to sit down and watch as the scores get entered after every single game in the competition. But who to win? I don't know. I'm gonna say Sugar. I think Sugar's probably got the better matchups there. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Finally, undefeated champ, Mr. McKenna himself, Mr. Ranger himself, Rangers Anonymous, back from the Rangers Pride Parade, up against Renegades, the worst team in the comp. I promise if I'll say it every week. Anyway, Rangers, they're flying at the moment. Whether Jesse Hagan's probably not going to kick 7 goals again this week, but you never know. Gold Coast don't have a defence at the moment. They did concede, they did lose by 120 points last week, so who knows. And Taylor Walker needs to come back into it. He's been a bit down, but apparently he's over his injuries now. Great move putting Joel Selwood as your utility last week, and your midfield is going to stay the same in terms of Boyd and Mitchell. In fact, I don't see too many changes. The only change you need to make, Kenner, is you need to take out Ivar Marici, has been dropped, and you probably need to put Sean Hampson back into the ruck spot because he's the only other ruck you got, and he's the only ruck Richmond's got. So you need to put Sean Hampson into your ruck. So that change will happen. And Hampson was pretty good when he was a sole ruck anyway. Zorko as a halfback was great last week, got 84 points. So all in all, your team probably won't change, and your average is probably going to be around 325, whatever it might be, 330. So well done there. Stiff's been on fire lately. He's moved his team around. And he's actually got into good positions. He's sticking with Tom Hawkins and Nick Rewald. Nick Rewald's been great. Nick Rewald, I mean, if he didn't miss half game against Collingwood, his average probably about 50 at the moment. He's been that good. Aaron Hall's been good as well. He does lose Luke Hodgson. He's putting Jordan Lewis into the midfield. Lewis has been down. He needs a lift. Maybe this week he might lift because he's the captain. But options, if you don't want to play Lewis, you've got options such as Matt Crouch or Took Miller or someone. Other options, you got there. Rory Lodd's been on fire if you want to play him as a forward as well. Mummy's been good. He's up against who's he against? Griffin. So unless he's not against Sandlands this week. And Lockie Hunter, if he's got concussion, if he had concussion, he probably shouldn't play this week, but he is going to be playing. Lockie Hunter's been great. He got 65 or 6 last week, so you can't complain about Lockie Hunter. All in all, your team's going to stay mostly the way it is. I think I said Ken will get his first loss last week, and he proved me wrong. He actually smashed it. So I don't really know, but Renegade's projected to get better than what Rangers are, and who knows? I'm calling Renegades. There it is. Renegades are going to beat Rangers. Sorry, Kenner. Now, just a bit of a courtesy, everyone. First of all, thanks Sugar for paying $50 for the entry fee. So Sugar's played up. Everyone else, please pay up. Don't forget, pre-season draft is Queen's birthday weekend. And anyone who wants to make a trade, go ahead, make your trades. Trades won't be done until they won't be finalised. Sorry, you'll finalise them now. Put them on the message board if you do make a trade. Once both teams agree to it, the trade's done. So put it on the message board, but they won't be seen in your teams until after the pre-season draft, which once again is Queen's birthday weekend. Lockout is in around 24 hours. Tomorrow's game is Hawthorn versus Richmond. Well, it's Richmond versus Hawthorn, actually. Go to the Hawks, and good luck this week, guys. See yous.